Many people see an officer as a certain person, and you may put on a show for that moment because you're in this uniform, but when you take this all off, we bleed, we cut, we suffer, we have good times, we have bad times. My name is Trent Hullinger. I'm a father of 3 and a husband for 12 years. My wife is Kathy, and our children are Jade, who's 9, Katerina, who's 6, and Tristan, who's 1. With family and with work, you really can get into ruts where you may struggle with keeping your faith on, and it becomes a job as opposed to just letting it flow naturally. Probably 2008 is when I made that transition with my life story and realized that my focus wasn't on God, and it was becoming more selfish and more internal. I found myself just kind of wanting to isolate more and then getting upset with just little things at home that shouldn't have been, so I realized I needed to make a change. We decided to get baptized on June 9th, 2019, and that was really a big turning point. We had a couple of friends that also went the pathway. One was also a police officer with me and his wife, and we decided to get baptized together. And as I was on day shift and started to kind of listen more to God, it seemed like the world was just so dark, and people needed the light that God can provide. As a police officer, you see someone at their best and also at their worst, and most of the time it's a bad car crash, it is a shooting, or there's a domestic, so kids are seeing a lot of bad things, and you have that chance to be that light in that darkness. There was one that really struck a chord with me. We had a call for a child that was unresponsive, so you go lights and sirens to the scene. Fire, police, medics usually make the scene, and as I'm driving there, I think of my kids, so my heart just kind of sank, and as I ran up there, and after about 40 minutes, the child was declared deceased, so they would stop working on the child, and just hearing the mother the whole time kind of crying out to God, praying out to God, seeing him get angrier and angrier, it was just very sad. I did see a plaque on the wall, and on the plaque it had a scripture. I just went with it, and I said, hey, are you a man of faith? And he said, of course I am. So once he said that, I said, can you read that message that's on the wall? He read it, and as he read it, kind of the anger, the balled fist, all that kind of went away for a moment, and he just took a deep breath. At that point, it just seemed like God was using me in that moment to kind of reach him. And a lot of it is a tie back. When I was younger, my brother died in a car crash at age 16, I was 14. All the struggle, the grief, all that I dealt with over 20 years, it gave me what I needed to, or I guess equipped me to help those that are struggling at that moment, and offering just that little bit like, hey, I'm there with you. I don't know what you're going through right now, but I've had this. What can I do to help you? As you get into the career, you often sometimes miss the greater purpose that we may have. It's not just about catching this bad guy, it's about talking to this mother who's just lost her son, or this girl that's just went through some tragic event to her, and trying to let them know it's just gonna be okay, and just being there for them, and then following up with them. Something that I struggle with every day. I try to be good, I try to do good, and that's not getting you heaven. But I believe Ephesians 2:10, we are his workmanship. We have to exude Christ. There's a building off of Wells that says, don't get weary of doing good. It's a mural that someone painted on there. Sometimes when I'm coming home from work, I'll take that way just to drive by to see that. So little reminders like that, I think we need. Open your ears, your heart, your eyes to it. God's everywhere. He wants to use us. Don't miss those opportunities because you're in your own head. Just be open.